Speaking during the 2026 Ntwala ceremony, President Hichilema said the preservation of Ngoni culture should not be taken for granted, emphasizing the importance of ensuring that young people grow up appreciating their heritage and passing it on to future generations. The head of state noted that culture remains one of the most unifying aspects of communities, especially in a diverse country like Zambia. He said while the country is rich in diversity, culture plays a key role in fostering unity. President also congratulated all traditional leaders who attended the Ntwala ceremony and encouraged Ngoni chiefs to attend other traditional ceremonies across the country, stating that such interactions strengthen unity and reflect how families operate.
Inviting all of us through your committees to this beautiful ceremony. And we also salute you, Ngwenyama, for maintaining our heritage. The Ngoni heritage since 1835, when the Ngonis crossed the Zambezi River into this part of this region. You and your predecessors have maintained this heritage. We don't take that for granted because young people must grow up and
Cornelius Mutwa, Minister of Information and Media and Chief Government Spokesperson, has assured the nation that any official position regarding international agreements, particularly those relating to health funding from the United States of America, will be communicated at an appropriate time. Speaking during a media briefing, Mr. Mutwe cautioned media practitioners against publishing unverified information that could potentially jeopardize diplomatic relations. The chief government spokesperson clarified that there is no diplomatic rift between Zambia and the USA concerning the Memorandum of Understanding under the Ministry of Health. He further emphasized that the government maintains cordial bilateral and multilateral relations with the United States and continues to engage in constructive dialogue with its partners.
Misunderstanding between the government of the Republic of Zambia, particularly through the Ministry of Health, and the United States of America. I want to state the following, that the government of the Republic of Zambia is aware of these anxieties that have been reported through local and international media, and wish to state as follows, that we as government are engaged in dialogue with
the Energy Regulation Board, ERB, has revised downward the pump prices of petroleum products for the month of March. Petrol has been reduced from 27 kwacha 88 ngwe per liter to 26 kwacha 61 ngwe per liter, while diesel has dropped from 24 kwacha 15 ngwe per liter to 23 kwacha 25 ngwe per liter. Kerosene has been adjusted from 22 kwacha 24 ngwe per liter to 21 kwacha 6 ngwe per liter, and Jet A1 has decreased from 23 kwacha 80 ngwe per liter to 22 kwacha 39 ngwe per liter. Since the last price review on 31st January 2026, international oil prices have increased. Petrol rose by 4.2% from $67.49 per barrel to $70.32 per barrel. Diesel increased by 7.85% from $76.89 per barrel to $84.74 per barrel, while kerosene and Jet A1 went up by 6.70% from $78.68 per barrel to $83.95 per barrel. Meanwhile, the exchange rate of the kwacha against the United States dollar appreciated by 4.17% in February 2026, strengthening from an average of 19 kwacha 18 ngwe per US dollar at the beginning of the month to 18 kwacha 98 ngwe per US dollar by month end. Based on these factors, the ERB has revised the pump prices downward. The new prices will take effect at midnight on 28th February 2026, and will remain in force until revised by the ERB. Years of traveling long distances to access maternal health services may seem of the past for women in Mukando and surroundings faced whenever expectant mothers went into store hiring taxis to distant health facilities, forcing some women to give birth at home, a situation that contributed to maternal deaths. However, that's its completion. According to Chitambo Town Council Assistant Public Relations Officer Roderick Nyirenda, the project has been funded with 1,958,000 kwacha from the local authorities 2025 Constituency Development Fund CDF allocation and is expected to be completed by mid-March. Mr. Nyirenda says the development has brought renewed hope and peace of mind to expectant mothers in the area. He added that the facility will be fully equipped with modern maternal medical equipment to improve service delivery. The local authority has expressed satisfaction so far, emphasizing the importance of completing the project on time while maintaining high standards of quality workmanship. A person with disability is concerned with his vehicle his vehicle was clamped while parked in a designated slot for disabled drivers at a Zambia Airports Corporation Limited facility. In a Facebook post, Mafuta explained that despite hooting for assistance, no security personnel were available, forcing him to wait for over 20 minutes before the clamp was removed. He questioned the training given to security staff and urged ZAC to properly orient its personnel to avoid similar incidents. Following the complaint, ZAC reached out with a formal apology. Mafuta acknowledged the swift response and accepted the apology in good faith. He commended ZAC management for their prompt action and professional handling of the matter, noting that such responsiveness reflects a strong commitment to service excellence. And in other news trending this evening, the government has expressed concern over what it describes as the growing abuse of social media platforms in the country. The Zambia Police Service has formally charged and arrested Richard Kaunda Mulinga, East 40 of Luangwa Compound in Lusaka, for offences of making a document without authority, contrary to Section 356 of Chapter 87 of the Laws of Zambia, and transmission of disruptive electronic communication, contrary to Section 191A of the Cybercrimes Act No. 4 of 2025. And in foreign news, at least 20 people have been killed and others injured after a Bolivian Air Force cargo plane crashed in the western city of El Orto, the country's authorities say. The incident happened at 18:15 local time on Friday as the plane was arriving at El Orto's airport from the city of Santa Cruz, aviation authorities say. It reportedly skid off the runway and hit nearby vehicles. The Defense Ministry later confirmed its C-130 Hercules was involved in that it had been transporting banknotes to the Central Bank of Bolivia. There were 8 people aboard the plane, the Air Force commander said. Police fired tear gas to disperse crowds allegedly trying to take the scattered banknotes. And in sports news, FAS President Keith Mwemba has officially opened a 45-member strategic focus group meeting at the Peak Golden Peacock Hotel in Lusaka. The focus group is refining a draft 10-year strategic plan developed after weeks of research, consultations, and benchmarking. The first media team captured key moments on camera as the meeting got underway and shared the snaps. Up next, the weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chineka Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
A weak intertropical convergence zone still active over the northern parts of Zambia is influencing rainfall over the northern parts, while the southern parts of the country will be having isolated showers. Copperbelt, Muchinga, Northern, and Luapule provinces mainly cloudy, slightly windy, and mild with rain and occasional thunder. Northwestern, western, southern, Lusaka, central, and eastern provinces mainly cloudy, slightly windy, and mild with a chance of isolated rain and occasional thunder. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has commended Chief Mpezeni for preserving Zambia's Ngoni heritage since 1835. Cornelius Metro, Minister of Information and Media and Chief Government Spokesperson, has assured the nation that any official position regarding international agreements, particularly those relating to health funding from the United States of America, will be communicated at an appropriate time. And finally, in the news, at least 20 people have been killed and others injured after a Bolivian Air Force cargo plane crashed in the western city of El Alto, the country's authorities say. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of the evening.